board. Okay, questions for Dwayne Bacon. Dan Savage, OrlandoMagic.com.
Dwayne, you've gotten a few preseason games under your belt with this team. How have you felt so far, and what have you learned about some of your new teammates?
I felt great. Just getting out, getting a chance to play again. It's been so long since last year with Charlotte, we didn't make the bubble. So just getting a chance to play again and getting out is always exciting. And I'm learning that, these guys can really make plays. Everybody around me, especially, I've been in that starting group, so everybody in that starting group can make plays. And I just got to, be ready at all times because I never know when I'm going to get it or, when I get it, I try to get downhill and create for these guys to get a lot easier shots. So I'm just continuing to do my part and staying locked in on the defense end.
Dwayne, you talked a little bit about it there, getting downhill. Cliff was talking just about the importance of penetration and how Markel and yourself did such a great job with that yesterday. How much of a part of your game is it to get downhill like that and penetrate and kick out to some of your teammates or create for yourself?
It's a big part of my game. It's the reason, honestly, it's one of the main reasons I'm probably playing right now. They have a lot of confidence in me, of me being able to get down here. I got a lot of confidence in myself, and I've been doing it since I started playing basketball. That's been one of my strengths, to get downhill. If I don't have a layup or a shot, I have good passing abilities down there, and it can get a lot better to make plays out. I had one yesterday to Booch where I moved on the big, and the other big came and helped, and I kicked it right out to Booch. He knocked it down. So when you got that momentum getting downhill and kicking it out, it's a lot easier on the team, for my teammates to just knock down the shot, focus on knocking down the shot and nothing else.
Josh Robbins, The Athletic.
Dwayne, I know the pandemic impacts what people can do, like with their families and stuff, but what has it been like to be playing for a team that's so close to home?
So far it's been great. I've limited my ability on the social media apps, just trying to lock in for this season, and limited my abilities of who I'm talking to on a daily basis, just because I'm so focused on the season and what we can do here in Orlando that right now nothing else matters. So I've been just coming in here every day trying to get my work in. I have family and friends back home in Lakeland that can just come and see me whenever, but I try to limit that as well, because with the COVID stuff, it's very different right now. So honestly, I just, yesterday was our first home game. I let, a couple guys come to the games, and after that, it was just, that was it. You see me at the games, and until this COVID stuff cool down, then it won't be too much of nothing of family and friends at my house right now. So,
Josh Cohen, OrlandoMagic.com.
Dwayne, growing up, were there particular players that you watched a lot of to try and emulate your game after? And even now, are there players that you watch to try to get some tips from?
Honestly, man, I watched a lot of Jordan highlights because I couldn't see him play. Watched a lot of Kobe highlights. Tracy McGrady was from Polk County, which is where I'm from, so I watched a lot of his highlights, of course. Joe Johnson. It was all type of players within that. Guys that can score at all three levels. I look at myself as a guy that can score at all three levels. Over time, as I get better, as I get a better feel for the team and the game, then it could be displayed more. But right now, I feel like I'm doing a great job as to making the game easier for the guys who I'm playing with, and just being, a difference maker out there, whether it's on the defense end, whether it's getting down here on the offense end. So I try to model my game and have a little piece of everything, taking bits and pieces from everybody's game and just applying it to mine. Because, like I said, I can shoot the mid-range, I can get to the basket. But, this season I want to, lock in a little bit more on my shooting with Bruce and get that down pack as well.
Dan Savage.
Dwayne, it's not often that a player signs and gets to compete against his former team right away. How good was it seeing some of those guys and getting the chance to compete against them on the court?
It was great, man. Honestly, man, I love those guys. I played with them for a couple years. and we built relationships that probably will last a lifetime. Those guys still call me, you know, not every day, but every other day, every other week, to check in on me. I still check in on those guys, and those like my brothers. So seeing those guys and playing against those guys last night after we spent probably the whole quarantine going at each other's necks, it's amazing. And, you know, I just can't wait, you know, till tomorrow to play them again. And then in the regular season, looking forward to playing them, three times again. And, you know, just getting a chance to compete. That's what it's always about, man. At the end of the day, we're brothers off the floor. On the floor, we're brothers, but, you know, we got to put that behind when we're competing. And I felt like we competed against each other, you know, me personally, me versus them. I feel like we competed at a very high level yesterday, and I was locked in. They was locked in. And, you know, that's what you want at the end of the day, is just to compete as hard as you can, both teams trying to win. And that's what, you know, that's what it's got to be about.
Josh Robbins, The Athletic.
Dwayne, I know you didn't spend your entire high school career in Polk County, or you even attend high school in Polk County, but did you, during your childhood, ever have a chance to attend a Magic home game?
No, I didn't. Yeah, no, I didn't. I don't even know. Like, honestly, in the beginning, I was so into football that I wasn't even worried about, you know, any basketball games. It took me probably up until my 9th grade year to when I quit football to really, really lock in on basketball and started. But I never had a chance to go to a game. Honestly and truthfully, my family just, you know, wasn't as fortunate to be able to pay for me to go to a Magic game. My mom always had to work, you know, sometimes 2 jobs, and, you know, it didn't work out as well when I was younger. But, you know, I'm so blessed to be playing for the hometown team now. My mom is so just happy that she could just come watch a game here in Orlando, and we're not that far from home. So it's been amazing so far, honestly.
Dan Savage.
Dwayne, obviously there weren't, you know, many fans. It was just kind of friends and family in the stadium yesterday. But what was it like to take the floor at Amway Center for the first time, especially since, as you said, you know, this is kind of your hometown team?
Yeah, it felt great. Honestly, what probably felt great is me starting my first, you know, I know it's preseason, but me starting my first game home. I mean, I just felt good. I felt comfortable. And as I practice with these guys and catch on to things, I feel more comfortable each game. So I'll just try to go out there and do the right thing, not look too nervous, especially being my first game here. My mom was here, a couple of my friends, so it was good.
Okay, any final questions for Dwayne? Go ahead, Jamie. Jamie Say, WKMG.
Hey, Dwayne, got a couple questions for you. First, just about football. What position did you play in high school? And was Florida State your football team?
I played quarterback and wide receiver in high school. Florida State has always been my team, but I have a lot of family that loves Florida, but I hate Florida, so yeah.
You're not rooting for the Gators tomorrow night then in football?
I'm actually, don't tell nobody, I'm glad they lost to LSU, so they can't make the playoffs.
I won't tell anybody, but you just did. The other question I had, Coach Clifford said that you guys had a call today with Monique Worrell, the state attorney, after practice. I'm just wondering what you thought of the call and what she had to say.
She had a lot of good things to say. A lot of good things that I didn't really, you know, me just getting here, I really wasn't too in tune with the stuff here in Orlando, being home, because I was in Charlotte. But she had a lot of good things to say, and honestly, I just took from it that she's here to make change, and honestly, that's just what we need. Whether it's police brutality or, you know, any of those, you know, trials that's coming up or what's going on in different cases, all I took from it is that she's here to make change, and that's what we need.
Okay, great. Thank you so much, Dwayne.